Esports are one of the greatest thing in the world, man. And I have so many reasons why. And just thinking about it, man, right now is just... To anybody who doesn't know or follow me like that, you know, obviously, you know, I got the nice jacket here, VALORANT Champions LA. I follow esports, mostly at 99% VALORANT related. So obviously the basis of this video is going to be off of VALORANT, but it also is going to be related to a number of other esports. I want to go ahead and go tell a little story to you guys, because here is why, to me personally, why esports are amazing. So my journey in esports, or at least my love of esports, it started in 2014, where I was following mainly Nintendo stuff. There was this little thing at E3 2014 where Nintendo was holding an invitational for, back then, Smash Wii U. It was an invitational tournament, and I was like, holy moly, I'm gonna go ahead and watch this because I want to see gameplay of the next Smash Brothers, you know, looking out for any sort of little crumbs of news that is Smash related. And so I watched this tournament, and when you watch this tournament, and maybe people will remember it, there was this tournament literally introduced us to a lot of the Smash personality back then, and most notably in that was Hungrybox, who still is thriving to this day, which is pretty dope for him, you know, props to him. And who can ever forget Reggie telling to Hungrybox that he's gonna kick his ass? That's one of the most fondest memories I've ever had watching something like that.
Now I'm gonna play it on the go. I'm gonna be able to come back up next time and kick your ass.
And I get curious, you know, I get very curious because in terms of Smash, I didn't really understand or know of anything related to competitive Smash. Esports was still a foreign concept to me. I still had a whole thing of where I didn't really understand that, oh, people actually do this and play this game for money. I didn't exactly understand that. And I remember, if you guys remember, there was a whole controversy with EVO 2013 where Melee was potentially not going to be in there because of Nintendo. But anyways, it really wasn't until Apex 2015. And if you are watching this and you know Smash lore, Apex 2015 was that one tournament where it was held in New Jersey, right? But if I'm not mistaken, the venue and the hotel where the tournament was being held at, the roof collapsed. And so it had to get moved into another whole new venue. And there was a whole delay with, you know, this entire tournament. And it was this tournament where I really like honed in on the Smash community. I watched Salty Sweet, where Leffen 5-0'd Chillin' Dude, which by the way, I hope he's doing well. I watched that. I was like, holy moly, you know, I need to know the context, etc. My friends told me the context. My love of esports really started there because I remember vividly, I was watching Apex 2015 Grand Final. I forgot who was in the Grand Final, but I know PPMD won it. I remember staying up trying to watch that tournament and that Grand Final. I did fall asleep. I fell asleep, but then for some reason, something just told me I should wake up at like 3 a.m. in the morning because the tournament literally ended at 3 a.m. in the morning. Like, I'm not even joking. That tournament was the turning point for me when it came down to esports, because I thought to myself, I'm like, this is so freaking cool. Like, people are playing video games for a living and for money as long as they are good at it. That is dope. Just to show you guys, here it is. It was Apex 2015. Due to venue issues, the event was moved to the Garden State Convention Center in Somerset, New Jersey in the morning of the first day. PPMD won it over Armada. Wow, what a timeline, dude. What an amazing timeline. This tournament was the turning point for me. I tried to actually get into this. And if you guys already know me, my lore, I created my own tournament series. I created X-Return in August of 2015. That was a time. That was a time for sure, but I started liking esports and competitive Smash so much to the point where I literally created my own tournament series. And while it did not, like, it did go crazy, but, you know, there were obviously a lot of things I could have easily done better, but that was just a whole tournament that happened and Lil ol' me just was doing, and I just hope to God that it worked out in the end. After that, it was low-key a success, I'm not gonna lie. I did a second one in March of 2016, where that one was, both of them had tech issues, and then obviously X-Return 3, I had to cancel the tournament because of tech issues that was just out of my realm, so I never went ahead and started an X-Return ever again, although, you know, if there's interest again, I might have to eventually do it. Competitive Smash was here and there, especially after X Turn. The next thing that I started getting into was Overwatch. Fuck that game, but that game was one of the main reasons as to why I'm also into esports. The Overwatch League, remember that? Yeah, it was a disaster at some point, but the Overwatch League introduced me to a high level of production. You know, like obviously competitive Smash will have those high level of production, but this was by Blizzard, and it was a whole company, and there were commentators, there were guests, there were interviews, etc. It was the whole 9 yards. It literally looked like it was trying to be a sports broadcast. Again, I just thought that was pretty dope. So back when I was heavy into Overwatch, I started watching the Overwatch League. I was there when the San Francisco Shock won it all in 2019. I was there when the Shanghai Dragons got their first win after being 0-40. I remember all that. I remember being a whole fan of the NYXL, and I was going to go to a game, but COVID hit. Just unbelievable. And all these names, obviously, I know these names from in Valorant now too. I obviously got into the Overwatch League, and that was really like my first taste of professional production, where I was like, oh wow, this is really happening, like for a video game, you know? And then Overwatch collapsed. We move on to Valorant in 2020. Valorant was basically the next big thing. At the time, I remember, it was basically Counter-Strike with Overwatch abilities. And I didn't really get into Counter-Strike like that at all. For some reason, the whole point of like, you know, attack FPS and having abilities just sounded very interesting to me. So I played that on launch beta day and launch day. Still kind of play it to this day. Not as much, of course. My first ever Valorant tournament that I watched was First Strike. I remember that OG 100 Thieves roster, win it and get a trophy. And then, of course, my love of Valorant and Valorant esports continued to grow from then. Watched 2021, 22, kind of took a break in 23, but then returned obviously for Champs LA.
Oh my God.
Watched all of last season and watched all of this season, and NRG win it all in 2025. Unbelievable, because I did not really expect them to win it, but I was rooting for them all the way. So now I'm saying this little story. Why? Over the years, really, when it came to esports, and obviously maybe even now, esports is probably like a foreign concept to many people. Like, why are people watching other people play a video game for money professionally? Well, for one, it's fun, and two, you get so many big storylines. While I'm not really huge into competitive Smash like that, I really only watch Melee nowadays anyway, whenever there is a big Melee tournament. Valorant esports in particular really like showed me how esports is, because in Valorant, Riot puts it as like a storyline, and Valorant, in my opinion, is like a very hype esport to watch. If you haven't even at least tried watching it, please check it out. OniPixel literally did a co-stream of the final days of Valorant Champions Paris, and he doesn't even play it or watch it even like that. He's a diehard Counter-Strike guy, yet he went ahead and did it, and I watched his co-stream over Tarek and FNS, and it was entertaining as fuck. I think for me personally, that bridge from like a Counter-Strike to a Valorant thing is just a beautiful thing, because despite all the comparisons, the endless comparisons, one-sided by the way, it's always on the Counter-Strike folks. Seeing that and then seeing the community together watch this game for a storyline that was of endless storylines from any NRG player, from like Ethan, Mata, Som specifically, and then Fnatic, Boaster, Chronicle, Ashes, and then everybody else, man. It's just so amazing. Amazing to watch. I really want to start going into other esports. Like, I really want to start watching more CS majors. I want to start watching Rocket League. I really want to start watching that. And then other esports that are just thriving. You know, like Worlds for League of Legends is coming up. I don't know, and I haven't played a lick of League of Legends, but I will obviously try and watch Faker win another chip. I will obviously watch the GOAT try and do that. Esports are the greatest, man. It's just one of the greatest things of all time. Just seriously. Like, whenever it comes down to storyline and what these players go through, it's amazing, because they grind it all out, and then for a moment, they're able to not only win so much money, they're able to win a trophy and say they did that. And of course, like, we can always bring this back to sports. I'm a Jets and Celtics fan. The Celtics literally won a chip in 2024. The Jets haven't won shit. We don't talk about that, but competition is the one thing that drives me a lot whenever it comes down to watching any of this stuff. It's the main reason as to why I made the LMFL. You want to know why I made the LMFL? Here are a couple of reasons why. And by the way, if anybody doesn't know what the LMFL is, it's basically my Madden League that I host with some of my friends. I made it because I'm like, bro, we love football, man. Why can't we just try doing something ourselves? And so we did that, and it's been going strong. I literally made that league for a couple reasons, but it was a thing where if it helps drive that competitive aspect in me and just like the overall competitive aspect in general, I think that's just enough. I love the competitive aspect that is esports because yes, it is a game. It is just a video game, but it's for money. It's for trophies, for so many other things, bragging rights, etc. So many things that these people grind and cheer for. A lot of things that I think for me personally should be respected more. People, and obviously everybody knows this, esports is not profitable in the slightest, which really sucks. And hopefully one day that will change, because seeing all these players do this for the love of the game, especially if it's a game that they like playing, seeing that passion, seeing all the hard work pay off, it's so amazing because, again, it always comes down to the fact that it's for a game. Thing is, all the outsiders may think it's silly. If you just give it a chance, just give it a shot, I think it will be more enjoyable than you think. Hey, look at VALORANT Champions Paris, for example. Grand final was NRG versus Fnatic. NRG, if they win, right, Ethan would be a 2-time Valorant World Champion, first ever. Sam would finally get a trophy he's wanted all his entire life, and 3 rookies would win it. They started playing in the tier 1 level this year, and they won a trophy. Or if Fnatic won it. Boaster would probably be considered one of the best IGLs in Valorant. Chronicle would probably be considered the GOAT of Valorant. Kayak, another rookie, would get it. Crashies would probably get revenge on his previous org because he used to play for NRG. There's just so many storylines, and I feel like storylines, the competitive nature, just keep esports going. And the fact that not only just Valorant, other games as well, can sell out arenas just for a game. That's amazing. Because in arenas, right? Oh, this is for like a sport, a basketball, football, something, soccer, I don't know. It's just amazing to watch. Look at this picture. This is for VALORANT Champions. VALORANT in Paris, in Accor Arena. Sold out crowd. All to watch a mere video game. That's amazing, dude. It's really like a sold out crowd, really just trying to watch this game of Valorant. Whoever's going to be the world champion, whoever wins a share of $1 million bucks. Amazing. Esports needs to get respected, man. And I hope that one day there will be a time where esports will be profitable. More and more people can watch, and more people can enjoy. I just love the competitive aspect of it, man. Especially after watching VALORANT Champions, I just realized really this is one of the best things in the world. Esports. And people may disagree with me. This is just everything, especially when you're a diehard Valorant fan, because that grand final did deliver. It didn't deliver those first 2 maps, but then when they came back, that was like the perfect map. If you watch map 3 of this grand final, you will really see how much it means to so many people. And while it is a video game, it matters to these people, and it matters to me as well. And it doesn't even have to be about Valorant. It can be literally related to Counter-Strike, Rocket League, Apex Legends, Smash, Overwatch, etc. You name it. Marvel Rivals, everything, you name it. People should watch more esports, man. But yeah, that's the reason why I think personally, to me, esports, one of the greatest things in the world. Of the competitive nature that is just playing a video game for money and a trophy. Literally also just even more than that. Storyline, what these people go through, what these people grind through. The fact that these people do it for a living, just amazing, man. Whenever it comes down to like doing the LMFL, I'm so grateful that all my other friends are in this, because it literally helps my competitive drive as well. Being able to try and like lead something, it feels good. And when it works out in the end, it works all out in the end. Do I lose money off of it? Yeah, I do, but that's not it. But yeah, man, just amazing. Esports is amazing. Watch esports. Watch more esports, please. You have to respect these players and what they do. You have to. So that's why esports are the greatest.